Hey guys, so I just watched the finale of The Penguin, and this was a phenomenal finale. There was so many conclusions. I expected them to leave things hanging for the next project, whether it's the Batman Part 2 or the Penguin Season 2 or whatever, but pretty much everything was wrapped up in this episode. So, hypothetically thinking, or hypothetically speaking, if the Penguin doesn't return in the Batman, that's fine. I'm sure he will. But they just wrapped everything up in a nice, perfect finale. So, the opening was similar to the last one. Julian Rush is sort of trying to get into Penguin's mother's head to see what happened when Oz was a kid. And that we get a little bit more clarification on what exactly happened. So we actually get to learn that his mother knew Oz killed his siblings all along. She found out there was something in his pocket. She knew all along, and she had the chance to have him killed, and she almost had him killed, but she chose not to. She chose to let Penguin fight for her and try to let him grab as much power as he can from Gotham City to give it all to her. And that's what Penguin's been doing for pretty much his entire life. Ever since that moment he betrayed his brothers and left them for dead. Everything he's done has been for his mother. And so seeing his mother's sort of cold-hearted side, where she is ready to just let him die, it definitely makes things interesting because you have a new kind of dynamic between Oz and his mother. And after realizing this, when we get to the present, obviously Oz has been taken, but we see Victor Aguilar. He actually has got the other crime families together. They go to Crown Point, and they realize, well, the drug's gone, so they don't care about Oz. And Victor tries to make a big speech about helping him out, and no one really believes him. This one guy, Link, who works for Mr. Zhao, he basically gives him some advice and said, hey, just keep your head down, forget this for now. So he kind of is on his side a little bit, but he's not going to betray his boss. So Victor continues looking for Oz while the families retreat. They just leave. And we finally get to see Penguin and Sophia and his mother sort of have this heated conversation. And obviously, Penguin and his mother is hostage. Sophia is the one in control of this scenario, and she told the story about this bird where the little bird betrayed the brother of birds and the mother didn't know about it. So she's trying to get Penguin to sort of spill the truth to his mother about what happened. And during this heated confrontation between the three of them, his mother reveals to him that she knew all along. And after Sophia realizes that Penguin nearly let her cut off his mother's finger because he was going to stick to his lies, Sophia just has this realization he doesn't really truly care about her. And Penguin kind of really doesn't. He does in his own way, but he does have his priorities straight. He clearly has a very different way of problem solving the scenarios he's in. So in this moment in time, he's decided to let his mother lose a finger because he can't let her know the truth. But as things escalate, Penguin actually gets free from the tape on his arms and he starts fighting back Sophia's guards. His mother actually, right before the gunfight, grabs some, I think it was like some wood and the sharp end, and stabs her son with it. And she falls unconscious pretty much immediately after. And Penguin then breaks from the tape and fights Sophia's guards. Sophia gets away, so Penguin takes his mother. They get away, and he just rushes her to the hospital. It's the first thing he does, takes her to the hospital. And not long after, Victor meets him there. And Victor is sort of helping him out. He's given him the speech how, even though the drug's gone, Penguin still has people loyal to him because of the jobs he created and what he's done for the people. And Penguin didn't try to do that. That wasn't his intent or his mission, but it just happened. So Victor finally has this big speech moment and convinces Penguin, it's like, all right, let's get back on our feet and let's handle this situation with Sophia Falcone. And Sophia tells the other crime family she has them meet her in her mansion and says, I'm leaving Gotham for good. Whoever brings the Penguin to me has everything. So Sophia's ready to give it all up. And there's one last ditch effort to get rid of Penguin before she leaves. And so Link, the one who's kind of on Victor's side, he ends up finding Penguin. But where he finds him is interesting because Penguin basically goes to the courthouse. This councilman that he spoke to a few episodes before, he convinces him of how to spin the story, the explosion at Crown Point, saying how the Falcones were going after the Maroni's drugs, and Salvatore's there, and he's dead. And he's trying to spin the story that Sophia is criminally insane after all. And so he wants this councilman to spin the story, and Penguin would just get off easy. But after he leaves the courthouse, Link and his men, they grab him, and they're ready to meet Sophia at the airport. Sophia, at this point, has already burned her home, so she didn't plan on giving anything to anyone, especially not to Mr. Zhao. And when they meet at the airport, Zhao's men, Link leading them, turn on them and Sophia and kill everyone there except for her. So Penguin is now in control once more, and he takes Sophia for a drive. He's her driver one last time because he's ready to have his final confrontation with her after just proving a point. And the point he proves is he was able to inspire others like him, the underdogs in the crime organization and families across Gotham. He's giving this speech to Sophia about how he inspired them, and we get a montage of all these other crime families we've seen, the sort of B-tier crime families, but still, all of the underdogs, the second in command, is betraying the one on top. And this happens to each and every one of them, and they're all loyal to Penguin. And so Penguin now has essentially full control of Gotham, of the crime of Gotham. And as he takes Sophia out to the water, he makes her think that he's about to kill her. And he tells her, turn around. And as she's taking her last breath, she sees the lights of the helicopter, the police show up, Penguin's gone. And the cops essentially are there to take her back to Arkham. So her story comes full circle. She finally managed to get out of there because of Carmine, expecting to take over Penguin. Penguin got the jump on her, and now she is going back to Arkham where she started. And so, now that we have that scene wrapped up, the Sophia Falcone story wrapped up, and the next scene is actually pretty brutal. It was hard to watch. I was emotional watching it because I felt for this guy, but when Penguin goes back to the hospital, his mother is in a vegetative state, and so he doesn't want to let her go. He doesn't know what to do. He's just freaking out, and he just has to realize, okay, his mother's kind of gone, but he's going to keep her alive because he's Penguin. And so he takes Victor out to have a drink and reminisce about everything that's happened during the duration of this TV show. And he lets Victor have a drink. And Victor's saying, he's telling Penguin he's like family to him. And Penguin grabs him by the throat and he brutally strangles him to death. This kill was brutal. This hurt. I fell for Victor. I thought he was a great actor in this show. I thought he had some great character development. I was hoping he was going to move on to project after project, but his story ends here in The Penguin. Penguin betrays him. He doesn't want anyone holding him back. And not only is this scene disturbing, we also get next scene. There's two scenes left after he kills Victor. The next one is in Arkham. Julian Rush is there again, even though he left. But he's back because Sophia's there. And Sophia gets all this fan mail like usual, but she gets a letter from Selina Kyle, which was very interesting because in The Batman, Selina Kyle finds out Carmine Falcone was her father. So she is Sophia's half-sister. And we don't know what the letter says. Sophia just looks absolutely defeated in Arkham. But when she reads this letter, you can tell she read something pretty interesting. We don't know what it was. They don't say what it was. But Selina Kyle had to reach out to her. Not only that, we know that Riddler is now in Arkham. We know Joker is in Arkham. So if Arkham is in the next movie, I think we can definitely see some cameos, at least by Sophia. I think it could be interesting if maybe Batman interrogates Sophia trying to get information on Penguin. There could be something there. It could be interesting. But that's how we leave off. Sophia is getting a letter from Sophia Falcone. And the final scene of the TV show is almost more creepy than him killing Victor. He has his penthouse like he always wanted in this very comic looking penguin outfit. And he goes to see his mother, who has a view of the top floor, just like he always told her he was going to get her. But she's in the medical bed. But now she has her view. And so when he finally asks her, hey, how are you doing? She's still in the vegetative state, so he just is there to acknowledge her. When he leaves, I believe this was the woman that was his girlfriend, I believe. Of course, I can't tell for certain because we don't get a good look at her for not enough to really be able to tell for me personally. But he has this woman that he goes downstairs dressed in the same dress that his mother had worn. And she has her hair similar to how his mother had it. And all the things that he wanted his mother to tell him, saying she's proud of him, and he did it. He has this other woman tell her all those things in his mother's dress. So it's kind of creepy. But as the camera pans out from him dancing with his mother, we get to see the one last shot of Gotham, the bat signal in the sky, and that's the ending. So overall, this was an extremely solid show. I liked it a lot. I think the Penguin is a great character. There was some great character development in the show after revealing he's killed his brothers, after him killing Victor, and after him having a new pretend mother. I think he's just a cold-hearted character. I think the actor has done a phenomenal job for the TV series, but going into the movie, I'm definitely not rooting for Penguin anymore. I'm definitely going to be rooting for Batman to hopefully take him down after seeing everything he's done. But that is not me hating on the character. That's me liking the acting and the director for what he's done to this character. So I thought everything was phenomenal. There's some great acting in here, not just with him, but with Sophia Falcone, with Victor Aguilar, with Julian Rush a little bit. And so there are great performances. There is a great action. There is brutal, dark moments. I can't wait to see where the next project of this franchise takes place. I know I mentioned earlier there was a canceled project for the Gotham Police. There supposedly was a project for Gotham or Arkham Asylum. So if the Batman movie is next, then I can't wait to see what happens with the movie, because this has been a great franchise. This is a great addition, and so far these are two very extremely solid projects with minimal flaws. So I'm excited. I think the Batman has a great future. We have this movie and this franchise now, and then we have James Gunn having a new Batman, and they're still going to be animated projects. So Batman fans are just doing really well right now with everything going on. I can't wait to see what's next. Thank you guys for watching this review. I will see you all next time.